Alright, hi everyone, and welcome back to my next installment on how to read music. Really quickly, I just want to review those 3 R's super fast. It's respectful, responsible, and reasonable. And again, if you want a more in-depth review of these, please check out the video that I have about the 3 R's and the 3R song. So, we're going to get back into how we read music. And if you think about what we use to read music, it's got 5 lines and 4 spaces. It's called a staff, remember? It's got these 5 lines and these 4 spaces. We count up from the bottom. And when there's more than one of them, we call them staves. There are different kinds of staves, and you can tell them apart based on which symbol is at the left side of them. So we've got this one right here, and we've got this one right here, and that's how you can tell them apart. We have been spending our time talking about this one over here on the left. Does anyone remember what that one is called? Good, it's Treble Clef. The Treble Clef also has a nickname, and the nickname is the G clef. You can tell that it's the treble clef because it has this swirly looking symbol up here at the top. And one of the reasons that its nickname is the G clef is because it looks kind of like a fancy G. But another way that you can see that it's called the G clef is if you look at it, you'll notice that the symbol crosses one of these lines 4 times. Crosses 1, 2, 3, 4. Crosses that second line from the bottom 4 times. And there's a certain note that lives at that line. Can anybody remember which note it is? It's called a G. Because if you think back, notes in the musical notes are named after letters in the alphabet. It's not your standard A through Z alphabet. It's a special musical alphabet that goes from A to G. And then once it gets to G, it starts right back over at A again. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And each note has certain places where they will live on the staff. So that letter G lives at the second line up from the bottom. So since we already know that the second line from the bottom is G, we're also going to review the names of the notes on the other lines of the treble clef. So from bottom to top, they are E, G, B, D, and F. That means that the notes that live on those lines have those names. They are named after those letters of the alphabet. One way that you can remember the order of those lines is using that sentence, every good boy does fine. Sentence, every good boy does fine. You might use another sentence that you came up with, maybe every good burger deserves fries, or any other sentence that you might have come up with. But I like to use every good boy does fine. So if those are the notes that live on the lines, what about the notes that live in the spaces between the lines? Those are, from the bottom to the top, F, A, C, and E. Instead of having a sentence to remember what those are, those spell out a word that you already know. They spell out the word face from bottom to top. So, got an F, A, C, E. They spell face. So if you look at the notes that are on the lines and the notes that are on the spaces, and remember when you're going from the bottom to the top, you have to go from line to space to line to space to line to space, and all the way up to the top. When you follow those, what do you notice about them? They're in the order of the alphabet. And once you get to G, you start right back over. So while this note down here on the bottom line of the staff is an E, so it doesn't start at A, but if you'll follow along, it goes E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. So it goes just in order of the ABCs. Now, I want us to do a little bit of a quiz. So if you can, I want you to get out some paper or something to write on and something to write with. If you don't have anything in reach, feel free to pause the video right now and go grab something. And we are going to do a little quiz. I just want to see how well you've been able to keep up. All right, so now that you've got what you need, now that you've got some paper, something to write on, and a pencil or something to write with, let's see how well you can remember the notes on the staff. Number 1, I've got this note right here. I want you to look at it and I want you to think about how we remember the names of the notes that live on the treble clef. All right, that one was G. Because remember, if we've got lines and we're going from bottom to top, they're E, G, B, D, F. Every good boy does fine. Or the G has a special reminder because it lives on this line right here where the treble clef crosses over 4 times. All right, number 1 was pretty easy, but let's see if we can hang on for number 2. This note is a C. This note's a C. Remember, these spaces spell out the word face. So from bottom to top, it's F-A-C-E. Good job. Number 3. F. It's that first space. It's an F. All right, number 4. Number 4, it's a B. Those lines from bottom to top, every good boy does fine. E.g. B, D, F. Number 5. E. This is an E. Remember those spaces from the bottom, F-A-C-E. Now, these next ones are a little trickier. They have more than one note in them, but if you write them all out, they should spell a word that you already know. So, if you write it all out and it doesn't look like a word, maybe go back and double check what you did, right? Maybe see if you can figure out where you went wrong. All right, buckle up. Number 6. Left to right, these notes are A, G, E. So what word does that spell? Age. All right, see if you get the hang of it. Number 7 is going to be like this one. From left to right, these notes are B, E, and E. Remember, every good boy, F-A-C-E, and every E, B-E-E. What word does that spell? B. Let me move this over a little bit so you can see it better. Oh, hang on. Okay. All right, number 8. Number 8. From left to right, this is E, G, and another G. So what word does that spell? Egg. All right, number 9. This one's a little harder. It's got 4 letters in it. From left to right, these are C, A, F, E. The word that spells out is cafe. You might not have heard that word, but it's cafe. It's like a little restaurant. All right, we've got one more. Number 10. Let's see if we can get it. Left to right. F, A, D, E. So what word does that spell? Fade. All right, great job. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you liked learning about how to read the notes on the Treble Clef, please feel free to let me know, or if you would like, I am going to link down below into a few more videos and fun things that you can do with reading the notes on the Treble Clef. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later. I love you guys. Bye.